champion, one that holds first place or wins first prize in a contest. Over the past 6 seasons, the Florida State Seminoles football team has come oh so close to that elusive national championship. During some of those years, Garnet and Gold faithful knew they had the best team in the land, but still could not claim the top spot. To be a champion, you have to play like a champion. In 1993, Florida State held the top spot in the polls for every week but one. Brutal. Florida State held its opponents to 1 touchdown or less in 7 of its 13 games this year, and to no touchdowns in 5 contests, including 4 shutouts. ACC domination. FSU won its conference games by an average margin of 42.5 points to finish at 8-0 for the 2nd straight year and win the conference crown. The Seminoles would inflict unbelievable beatings on traditional ACC powers. Clemson, 57-0. North Carolina, 33-7. Georgia Tech, 51-0. Virginia, 40-14. North Carolina State, 62-3. State champs. The national championship almost always runs through the state of Florida. That would again be true in '93. The Tribe cruised past Miami 28-10 and drained the swamp with a 33-21 pounding of the Gators. War, a struggle or competition between opposing forces for a particular end. The Nebraska Cornhuskers, 11-0, ranked #1 in the coalition poll, 17.5-point underdogs. Head coach Tom Osborne, the winningest active coach in Division 1A. 20 years as head coach. 20 straight bowl appearances. Never a season with less than 9 wins. And never a national title. The Florida State Seminoles, 11-1. Ranked #2 in the coalition poll. A team on a mission. Head coach Bobby Bowden, 5th place on the all-time Division 1A coaching win list with 239. 2nd on the active coaches win list. And 4th in winning percentage among active coaches. He is the nation's winningest all-time bowl coach in terms of percentage, but never a national title. Two teams reaching for the pinnacle of college football. Two living legends on a quest for that elusive national championship. Throw out the point spread. This would be one for the ages. Only one man will achieve his dream. Only one team will wear the ring. For Florida State University, the 1993 Federal Express Orange Bowl would be the Seminoles Championship Uprising. The greatest player in the nation donned the garnet and gold in 1993 and took us on a wonderful journey to the promised land. Winner of everyone's Player of the Year honors, everyone's All-America quarterback, Orange Bowl MVP, and of course, claimed Florida State's first Heisman Trophy.
For Florida State University, Charlie Ward is none other than Charlie Ward. Charlie Ward, Florida State University.
Since the regular season finale, Charlie Ward has been showered with virtually every collegiate football award.
Thank you.
On December 11th, he added the crown jewel to his collection.
It is my honor to announce the winner of the 1993 John W. Heisman Memorial Trophy, Charlie Ward of Florida State University. Believe me, just sitting here watching Tony Dorsett, George Rogers, Archie Griffin, those guys I've seen on TV, seen film clippings on, it's my pleasure.
His humble nature, however, prevented him from taking all the credit.
I thank my teammates for everything that I've accomplished and all the awards that I've gotten, because without them, none of the things that I do would be possible.
His teammates weren't the only ones to share in the Heisman. About 10,000 fans gathered at Doak Campbell Stadium for a Heisman celebration on what the city of Tallahassee proclaimed Charlie Ward Day. The festivities included highlight videos, live entertainment, and kudos from professional athletes, entertainers, and the governors of both Georgia and Florida. The celebration ended with a boom of fireworks and the enshrinement of jersey number 17. It's not the recognition or awards that make him so special.
As you can say, I guess action speaks louder than words. And that's the way Charlie Ward is on and off the field.
And another thing that's really helped Charlie is that kind of ball player he is. He's very calm. You know, we used to say Charlie's as cool as Kool-Aid, even when it gets tough.
And how would Charlie like the Seminole fans to remember him?
Well, as a Christian and a guy who took time out for the community and a leader on the field as well as off the field.
Charlie's a very contagious person. Rubs off on people well, and I think if we could get Charlie to rub off on everybody in the country, this would be a better place.
Charlie Ward, truly special. A part of any bowl experience includes various activities that players enjoy while trying to loosen up before the big game. The 1993 Federal Express Orange Bowl had an ample amount of fun in store. First came a trip to the Hard Rock Cafe in Miami.
I'm looking at the camera.
In a bit. Sight. What is official down?
Country boy love, man. First up in the 5 minutes.
The next night, it was on to Marino's in Coconut Grove.
We have laughed. They always treat us real well. Every bowl we've been to, especially the Orange Bowl. I think it's kind of it's good because instead of everyone going out doing their own thing, we're having a good time, but we're all doing it together. And that's part of the unity that we needed, and we carried through this whole year. And that helps. I mean, that's the kind of team we are. We like to stick together, and that was just an excuse to have a good time, party together.
That was a good experience. We got to experience a lot of things down in Miami. And I appreciate the Orange Bowl people for doing all those different things. We got to see different parts of Miami with doing that.
obstacle, something that impedes progress or achievement.
Crowd, baby. We're gonna enjoy it. 60 minutes, non-stop hit. That's all we need. Let's go right now, baby.
Now, the hotter it is, the better for us. And I'd say it's pretty warm out there. Y'all feel pretty. I mean, we don't consider it too night, do it? It's kind of warm, isn't it? Did it seem that way to y'all? Yeah. Just remember, it's very painful, but it's to our advantage. It's to our advantage. So. Because you were raised down here in this stuff. Most of those guys watch. So just, hey man, just give it all you got now. Give it all you got. Just make yourself right now. You're going to play every down like it's your last one. Even if you're about to die, I'll play one more down as hard as I can play. Then I'll let the coach know to get me out of there so I can put somebody else in there that can go as hard as they can go. Very important. Now, we must fight them for 60 minutes. We must give 100% for 60 minutes. Defensive line is the key. Defensive line is the most important people to me right now. If you started listening, I'd say defensive line you first, I'd say offensive line you second in the importance of the ball game. And as long as you will attack, don't catch them. Don't catch them, they're big men. Don't miss tackles. Remember now, tackling, I mean, that's just a play, that's just your decision. I will not let this guy get away. You must tackle him. Those games today where I see these teams get beat, these upset, a lot of just poor tackling. It's kind of like they forgot since the last game. We're here to get that ring, aren't we? Everything we've worked for is right down to now, you know. I mean, you don't want to hold nothing back. You know, you ain't going to hold nothing back, man. And you sure ain't going to get thrown out of the darn game. Because this one is for all the marbles. Notre Dame won today, huh? Notre Dame just won. I can show you that now. That keeps them in the running. So we got to win, you know. We won't be going for 1 point either again. We'll be going for 2 at the end of the game now, because tying will get us nowhere, is it? We got to win. Hold the field together. Okay, let's have a prayer, and then we just wait till they come get us. And he's up. Here we go. Okay, ready? Dear Father, thank you for this great opportunity. We started off the year back in August, and our goal was to win a national championship. We now have played 12 ball games, and we have put ourselves into a position to win it. We could not have done it without you, and we could not have done it without each of these young men. We pray tonight that you will give us the strength and the spirit to play the best we can play. We're not going to ask you to win for us. Just help us play the best we can play. Protect us all from injury. Help us to be wise. Give our coaches wisdom in calling defenses and offenses. And help us to make wise decisions. Oh God, we thank you for this opportunity. And we're going to do our best to bless you with this physical book that you've given us tonight. We seek and bear thy name. Amen. Amen. Let me help us out with something.
America watched on NBC along with an Orange Bowl record crowd of over 81,000 as Scott Bentley powers the opening kickoff deep into the end zone to begin the 60th annual Orange Bowl Classic. Quarterback Tommy Frazier leads the Huskers on the field. Senior defensive end Toderick McIntosh smothers Calvin Jones for a loss of 1. Jones gets the call again, and this time picks up 7. Frazier, UN's second leading rusher, marches off 10 on the designed rollout. The Florida native keeps it again, but slips on the moist Orange Bowl turf. Nebraska falls short as safety Richard Coase runs down the option. Charlie Ward leads the Noles offense on the field to begin their assault. From the I formation, Sean Jackson gets the call and goes nowhere. On third down from the I, Ward escapes Trev Alberts, but it's not enough. The powerful Seminole D holds Nebraska to -5 yards and forces them 3 and out. From the Huskers 49, Ward goes to work. Matt Fryer and Kes McCorvey get the Tribe to the 10. But 2 big losses put the Seminoles in a big hole. On 3rd and 20, Ward fires for Kevin Knox and comes up empty. Scott Bentley is called on and sails this one wide left. With 10 minutes gone in the game, the defenses take over. With the game scoreless after 1, FSU's offense kicks into gear. Ward goes deep to Knox, and the Seminoles are in UN territory.
You know, we've been looking at film, and we figured that number 8, the guy I caught the ball on, he plays a lot of man coverage. And I had said earlier in the week that if they played man coverage, I think me and Vanover could go deep on them. And the coaches made the right decision, made the right call. Ward made the right throw, and I made the right catch.
This time, it's Tamarick Vanover for 7 more. Sean Jackson plows ahead for the first. 2 plays later on 3rd and long, Ward scrambles until he sees McCorvey. The pass interference call gives FSU a first down inside the 20. But a forever blitzing defense forces an early delivery, and it's Bentley to try again. This one is right on as the Noles strike first.
know, after I'd missed the first one, I was pretty upset with myself because I'd kicked well in pregame and I felt confident going into the game. And the 47-yarder that I missed was with the wind, and then I had to kick against the wind for the second one, but I just told myself I wasn't going to miss anymore because I knew that at any point was going to be, any points we could get were going to be important because that was going to be a close game.
On Nebraska's next series, the Seminole D forces a 3rd and 17, but a blitz leaves sophomore Chester Johnson wide open as he picks up 25. With the Christmas spirit still lingering, UN receiver Reggie Ball receives a gift in the form of a tipped pass. With the first half winding down, the underdog Huskers go up by 4.
The thing about Nebraska in that ball game, they were on a mission. They were on a mission. Number one, they were undefeated. One poll, they were number 1 in the nation. The other poll, they were number 2 in the nation. So if they win the game, they win a national championship. Then they were heavy underdogs, and that really, you know, you can really rally around that. I mean, the boys, they were, Tom Osborne told me they were very focused for that football game, that his boys really had a sense of purpose and direction in preparing that football game, where we probably had a little bit more distraction.
The defenses rise again with both teams going 3 and out. Needing to do something positive offensively, Ward takes control by air and ground. The Big Red defense is unrelenting and keeps FSU out of the end zone. Bentley gets the Seminoles to within 1 just before the half.
Yeah, Nebraska's throwing a lot of blitzes and different looks at us, and we worked on a lot of stuff, but they had some new wrinkles, and it seemed like every play they were trying to bring something new, or they were blitzing or twisting every play, doing a lot of games and stuff up front, and we did our best to pick it up. And there was a lot of times that they were getting a lot of pressure on Charlie, but you know, it was tough to keep the pressure off of him so he could do his thing.
They played well on defense. They had a lot of different things, and they had a whole month to prepare and do a lot of pattern reading. So they were reading our patterns, and we had to try to counteract that. So we didn't get in the end zone, but we also gained a little confidence by moving the ball.
After one half, Nebraska proved to be capable opponents for FSU. While the defense was awesome, the offense could not get going. To win their first ever national championship, the Seminoles needed to do some soul searching.
We got to get it together, man.
Great job, man.
Good job, little bud. Got to get it together, man.
We got 30 more minutes to win a national championship. Now they're running together. They have a prayer meeting on the kickoff. They have a prayer meeting when they come out the door. They have a prayer meeting when they fumble. They're together. Now let's just stay together. 30 more minutes, man. Today, Notre Dame, I watched some of that Notre Dame game. I don't know if y'all heard that. Notre Dame got down 14-7. Then Notre Dame came back and tied it up. Then Notre Dame got down 21-14. Then Notre Dame came back and tied it up. Then Notre Dame got ahead with a field goal and won it. But we're only behind 1 point. We're only behind 1 point. If our offense was doing anything, we'd be ahead about 20. If our offense was doing anything, but we don't protect them. I'd like to run more out of the eye. I'd like to. We can't protect our person. We can't protect it. I've got to get him in a rifle where he can see what's happening, see? That's what we just have to do. The offense, you've got to win this game. Our defense, the only touchdown they got was a fluke. They wouldn't have nothing up there if they caught a fluke. It's a shame. Defense, keep playing. You can win it, baby. I told you last night, you got to win big games with defense. Defense, defense, defense. Y'all stay together here. Stay together. Something good's fixing to happen to you. You're going to intercept the pass and run for a touchdown. The offense, you've got to protect the passer. Charlie, you've got to get it done. You know, offense, you really need to execute. You really need to execute. Man, we got to have some catches. We got to have some great catches. So it's down now to you playing with your ability. They got to kick off to us, man. They got to kick off to us. We need to get that kickoff return. Why don't everybody on that kickoff return get your man? Let's bring that back and get that momentum back for us, huh? But if we don't, offense, get in there and let's go down there and score. Now, where we're really bottling up is on inside the 10. Getting inside the 10 and not scoring. Now, next time we got to get it in there. We got to get in there. The score is 7-6, 1 point. Hit the field together. 30 more minutes. 30 more minutes, man. Hey, for the national championship. I bet every guy here right now give up a finger for the national championship. I think I would. I don't like to give up nothing, but I swear I believe hey, someone chop it off. I'd give it to you to get this. You know? You got 30 more minutes, but you don't have to give up a finger.
The good Lord, hey, everybody chill out. Come on now, we're a team. And the good Lord give us this opportunity. We're going to get down on our knees. We're going to pray to him. Now, then we're going to go out there and kick some butt. All right? Hey, play somebody. Hey, get together, the team, man. The team. Hey, everybody, get quick. Come on. We're a team, man. Let's go. Hurry. Everybody, we got to hurry. Everybody get a knee. 30 seconds, guys. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Hurry up. Dear Lord, we love you so much. Everybody. And we thank you for everything you've given us. You've given us opportunity. Now, dear Lord, it's up to us. We know you're with us. Help us fight. Help us carry our load. Thank you, Lord. Help us be together as a team. In the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, amen.
Abandoning the I formation, Ward comes out firing. Kevin Knox makes a sensational catch, and the Tribe is at the 4. William Floyd carries twice and reaches pay dirt. Finally, celebration for the garnet and gold. Bobby Bowden goes for 2, but a great defensive effort by Nebraska's Toby Wright ends the play.
I said every one of us have been down on our knees all year praying for an opportunity, praying for a second chance. And we were given that chance. Now, we got that chance. Let's not let it slip away. And the only thing that can stop us, is separate. If we stay together as a team, we keep that unity, we can win this game. And I just, I pretty much told everyone that, grab somebody, hold somebody, look at them in their face, go like you're going to war with them, tell them you love them. Let's come out and let's play a football game together and be a team, Florida State.
FSU's defense again stymies the Cornhuskers.
The team did what it had to do. The defense just stayed in there and hung in there and just won the game until the offense could do their thing. And but I do think most of the credit should go to the defensive football team. But that's nearly always true in a championship game. Doesn't it nearly always come down to the defense?
On the other side of the ball, Trev Alberts makes life difficult for Charlie Ward.
Well, he's very quick off the end, and then they moved him around a lot of different places. And our offensive line couldn't really pick up on a lot of things they were doing. So it made it tough on our offensive line and myself and everyone else.
He was almost a deciding factor. He was single-handedly, seemed like he was all over the place. It seemed like us against Trev. And, of course, their defense, as a whole was, I thought, their biggest part of their team. But you know, took all we could to stop him.
With the game still up for grabs, William Floyd rips off the most memorable run of the night, barreling and shredding tackles for 34 yards. With Ward still firing from the shotgun, Nebraska takes their own shot and pays. After another sack, the Noles can't get the first down, and number 3 strolls out to give FSU an 8-point advantage. Unfortunately for the Seminoles, a Tom Osborne team never gives up. Using a good mix of the pass and run, Nebraska closes to within 2. In an effort to tie the game, Osborne goes for it. The Alexanders run Frazier into the ground. After an FSU drive stalls, the Big Red is again on the move. Frazier leads them to Florida State's 29 before Richard Coase becomes the current hero. But on Nebraska's next series, they would be more fortunate. After moving to FSU's 4-yard line, the defense gets tough. A 27-yard field goal puts Tom Osborne just 1 minute and 16 seconds away from his first national championship. Could destiny be so unkind to Bobby Bowden? Would Seminole faithful have to continue with wait till next year? In past years, fate may very well have doomed the Noles, but this was a year that fate came from as close as Thomasville, Georgia, and as far away as Aurora, Colorado.
Well, when they did that, then we knew that we had probably one last chance to come back and win the ball game. But the only thing about that, even though you had a minute, I think, and maybe 6 seconds left to win the game, in the biggest game you've ever played in, there was one advantage. That's Charlie's thing. That's Charlie's thing.
I really strive for those type of situations, Notre Dame game, Georgia Tech game, because it shows, the character of the team and also the leadership of everyone. So we put it all together in one drive, and it just came out to where we kicked the field goal at the end.
Just 65 yards away from glory, Charlie Ward goes to work, hitting Warwick Dunn for 9. After a third down pass falls incomplete, William Floyd gets 2 on a 4th and 1, and the dream is still alive. Using the same play that beat the Gators, Dunn scampers to the Huskers' 33, and a personal foul puts the ball at the 18. On second down, Nebraska defender Toby Wright pulls down McCorvey, and the Tribe has new life. One failed attempt is enough for Bobby Bowden, as he calls on the freshman from Colorado. Bentley splits the uprights, ending the Seminoles' tortured history and beginning a new era.
It was kind of like all season. Everybody had been waiting for that, and I'd been waiting for it also. It was a dream kick, and in high school I had one, and I missed it, and And then this year I had that opportunity, and it was finally coming down to what everyone said it was going to come down to, and it was time for me to fulfill my dream.
With 21 seconds remaining, Nebraska gets one last chance. Tremaine Bell grabs a rope from Tommy Frazier to the 28 as time seemingly runs out. After a premature celebration, 1 second is put back on the clock.
It's amazing on the last pass they called that set up the field goal. If we could have let the guy run one more step before we tackled him, the game would have been over, you know. But his knee hit the ground just enough for a second to be left on the clock and make one of the most dramatic finishes in national championship in Orange Bowl history.
The 45-yard field goal attempt travels wide left, and the celebration begins. Nebraska proved a more than worthy opponent, but the war was over. Fate smiled on Bobby Bowden and the Seminoles on this first day of January. It was just meant to be. The Florida State Seminoles, national champions at last.
Father, we got so much to be thankful for. You've been so good. We praise your name. I thank you for a coach like Coach Bowden. I thank you for rewarding his hard work and the team. I pray for our seniors. Thank you for their leadership. I pray for the ones that won't be here next year, but I thank you for the ones that have been here in the past. Lord, when we leave here, let us honor you because you have blessed us. And we give you all the glory and honor. Thank you for everything. Amen.
As we look ahead to what it all means, we must remember the journey that it took to get here.
Well, it was just great. I had naturally had to wait until the next morning for the polls to come in. After the ball game, I felt sure that would clinch one of them, maybe Associated Press. But then the CNN, USA Today vote, they had not been voting us number one. So I was afraid they would go for somebody else. I didn't want to be selfish about it, but you would like to win all the polls so that when people look back at 1993, they would say Florida State is the national champion instead of saying Florida State and so-and-so was the national champion. So this team won it outright. They won it in all the polls. I really think they deserved it. People don't realize how hard it is to start the season number one and end it number one. I think sometimes it's easier not to be recognizing right at the last moment, win it, you know. So it was, this team was very deserving.
We had this motto on the team is, don't tell us how rocky the sea is, just bring the ship in. And right now, I think the ship is definitely docked in Tallahassee, and it's labeled Lady National Champions.
I think anything you can do for the university that brings pride and more credibility to the university, that gets a rallying point, that it helps all segments. I would hope that the visibility that this football team and this football program has brought to the university can be turned around so that our president and all his administration can use it as a springboard to accomplish some goals that are very vital to the rest of the university. If we can help in a little bit like that, or just make a little bit of a contribution, that's why we're part of the program.
We see every day a great increase in demands for admission to Florida State, and we know that a great deal of that comes because the athletic program and the character of the athletic program has brought attention to FSU. When people see FSU and begin to look at it, they like what they see. We think the athletic program is a very important part of advancing this university.
It's a sense of pride, I think, for the university. It's a sense of pride, I think, for graduates of Florida State University, alumni down through the years that can be recognized that 1993, their university had the ingredients, had all of the parts that put together, which starts to me at the very top, from the president down to the last student. The formula put together won a national championship.
1993 will always be that special year because it's the first year Florida State won a football national championship. You know, when I think back, I've been broadcasting Florida State football since 1979. I'd like to say that 1993 combined the best of 3 different seasons. 1979, a perfect unbeaten regular season, great offense, Wally Woodham, Jimmy Jordan, great catches, excellent kicking. 1980, super defense, Rick Stockstill getting the job done with not a real complicated offense, scoring enough points to win football games. The defense came on so strong that year, beat Pittsburgh and also beat Nebraska at Lincoln, Nebraska. So you combine those 2 years and then combine that 3rd year, 1991, Florida State #1 in the preseason, all the way through until mid-November when unfortunately, the loss to Miami and then the loss to Florida. Combine all 3 of those years, and that's what 1993 was. A championship season that encompassed great offense like 79, super defense like 1980, and that #1 ranking like 1991 all the way through the season, except for that stub toe in Notre Dame, and then fortunately with the polls and the way we had performed all season long, Florida State was in position to win a national title and went out and took care of business.
Well, I've enjoyed playing here, and I've had a lot of success, but all the success goes to the fans and my teammates and the coaching staff for allowing me the chance to play. And I'm just very grateful that I had the opportunity to play for Florida State and do a lot of good things, and especially be a part of the national championship team.
You know, it was joy that it's my first national championship, but it was a relief that we got that monkey off our back. You know, we can finally say that, you know, we were the best team at the end of the year without someone else holding the national championship ring.
Well, it was really great, and we may win another one, but it won't be the same as this one because it was #1, and we came so close so many years, and then to win it. So it's really been great.
I walk down the halls, I walk wherever I go in this town, and I look at people who have a Florida State cap on. They've helped win this national championship. So I think that that's the important thing, is that it's not big enough to split up and to give everybody, but it belongs to everybody that has any thread of love and appreciation for Florida State. They deserve to have their name on it too.
While it seemed this day may never come, it has finally arrived. National champions. Florida State has their first national championship with the 18-16 Orange Bowl victory over the Nebraska Cornhuskers. This would be the Seminoles Championship Uprising.